The dealership gave you two options: take some cash and keep your broken car, or hand it back and walk away. Sounds simple, right? Wrong. Most people pick the wrong one, and it costs them thousands of dollars. Today, I'm going to break down exactly what cash and keep means, what a vehicle buyback means, and which one you should actually choose. Hi, I'm Joey from the Lemon Reps. We've settled thousands of lemon law cases. So when it comes to these two options, we've seen every outcome you can imagine. Let's make sure you're not leaving money on the table. You get a cash payment, but keep the defective vehicle. This is what we call a cash and keep. Now, the term keep in this scenario means that you are still the owner of the vehicle. You are still the rightful person that needs to register the vehicle. But the manufacturer is providing you some sort of cash compensation for the inconvenience the vehicle has caused you. Now that means the times you took your vehicle in for service, the time you took your vehicle in for defects, the time that your vehicle was repaired, the time that you were without a vehicle and were provided a loaner. The manufacturer puts a dollar amount on this and basically provides it to you as compensation for the inconvenience this vehicle has caused you. You sign away your rights. No future claims on that same defective vehicle. What that basically means is that the manufacturer had you sign a release of claims at the conclusion of the claim. Now, what does that forbid you from? That forbids you from opening up another claim on that same defective vehicle. It doesn't matter. Same issue, new issue, if it was covered under manufacturer warranty or under extended warranty after the fact. Once you sign the release of claims, you no longer have a future claim on that same vehicle, no matter what the problem is. If the problem returns, you're stuck with it. Once you sign off on the release of claims, paperwork from the manufacturer, you no longer have a claim against the manufacturer for any future problems that may have occurred. Now, that even means if your defect or problems or issues with that vehicle happened still under the manufacturer warranty, you cannot reopen the claim. Because once you sign on the dotted line, you are now barred or forbidden from filing any future claims on that same defective vehicle. Settlements are almost always lower than a buyback. See, in regards to a cash and keep compensation or a full buyback of a vehicle, the settlements, they have a formula that they put in place. They take into account how many days out of service was your vehicle, how many repairs has your vehicle have, what sort of defects was it? Was it a safety issue? Was it a usability issue? Was it a powertrain issue? Was it an electrical issue, transmission? And the list goes on and on. But in regards to their dollar amount or their formula, they base it on what the issues are, how long you've been out without the vehicle, and when the last problem or issue happened on that vehicle. Now with a buyback, they are going and buying back or repurchasing that vehicle from you. So in a buyback scenario, the title of the vehicle is changing hands. It is going from you back to the manufacturer as an example. Now in a buyback, they are providing up to the dollar amount that you paid for the vehicle minus any good mileage you had on the vehicle. So this is called a refund worksheet. The manufacturer will agree to the buyback, let's say in this example. You also agree to the buyback. Now the manufacturer will provide a worksheet, which is a refund calculation of how much you're owed for the repurchase of that vehicle. It is usually your cash price minus any good mileage, or as we call, good usage of the vehicle, and then they provide a net amount to be paid back to you. Without a lawyer, the manufacturer banks on you taking the quick money and going away. See, a lot of consumers take their vehicle in for a problem or an issue or a defect, reach out to the manufacturer and provided a nominal amount. And usually the consumer takes that nominal amount, signs a release, and now is forbidden from filing any future claims. The issue there is that the consumer does not know the true dollar value of their defect or their issue that they're having with the vehicle. And that is until we step in. Once we step in, we provide a formula and we provide an idea or a basis as to what our offer is for a cash compensation for a vehicle, for the inconvenience that the vehicle has caused you, that you have been living with this whole time. Manufacturer takes the car back entirely. What this basically means is that the manufacturer has now repurchased or bought back your vehicle. Couple of things for you to notate here. Number one, whenever you provide a repurchase or a buyback to the manufacturer, that means that the vehicle now has changed hands or changed title. The vehicle has went from your name as the consumer and the rightful owner back to the manufacturer as an example. Now the manufacturer, after they agree to a buyback and you agree to a buyback, they provide a refund worksheet. This refund worksheet breaks everything down about what the manufacturer is going to buy back and how much they're going to buy back. As an example, the manufacturer will basically say that, you know what, you have driven this vehicle for 1,000 miles of good mileage before you came in for your first defect. The manufacturer will take the cash price, put it in their formula, reduce the 1,000 miles of good mileage or usable mileage before that defect, and then provide you a net amount that will be different than what you paid for it. But in this scenario, you no longer own the vehicle. You no longer have the liability of the vehicle. The vehicle is now the manufacturer's property after you notarize the buyback paperwork at the dealership and they have now taken back the vehicle from you. In a buyback or a repurchase from the manufacturer, you get refunded the down payment, the monthly payments, the registration fees, any title charges, taxes, things of that nature. Basically, the whole idea of a buyback or a repurchase is to make the consumer, as in you, whole again as much as they can. Now, even with all of these being refunded, you do also have to take into account the good mileage that you have used of the vehicle. Because this is one of the main things that the manufacturer comes back to us and says, yeah, the vehicle was worth X amount, but they got 1,000 or 5,000 or 10,000 miles of good mileage before they brought it in for that defect. So they will take your cash price, they will deduct the good mileage, it's called a mileage offset for the good mileage or the usable mileage, and then they will provide you the net recovery or the net amount in your pocket at that time. Manufacturers must also cover attorney's fees. Legal help costs you nothing out of your pocket. In regards to a lemon law claim against the manufacturer is obligated to pay the law firm for the legal help that they provide to the consumers. The basis behind it is that the manufacturer in the first place should not have sold you or leased you a vehicle that came with defects. And because of that, you should not be on the hook for the legal help that you get to make sure that your vehicle is working properly or you are compensated accordingly for it. If you've been offered a cash and keep settlement and you're not sure if it's fair, don't sign anything yet. Drop a comment below or reach out to us at the Lemon Reps. We'll review your case for free and tell you exactly what you're entitled to. See you in the next video.